Born in 1934 in New York City, Garry Marshall was the son of Marjorie Ward, a tap dance instructor, and Anthony Marshall, a producer and director of industrial films. The filmmaker's siblings, Penny and Ronnie, also followed creative paths in the entertainment industry. Growing up in a household where show business was a constant presence, it's no surprise that Marshall developed a passion for storytelling at an early age. Exposed to various forms of entertainment, Marshall found inspiration in the movies and the radio. He loved the classic comedies of the time, such as those featuring the Marx Brothers and the Three Stooges. Additionally, the young Marshall was captivated by the radio shows of his day, including The Lone Ranger and Fibber-McGee and Molly. These early experiences shaped his comedic voice and storytelling style. Marshall attended Northwestern University, where he studied journalism and became involved in the school's theater program. It was there that he met his future wife, Barbara Sue Wells, and formed lifelong friendships with fellow students and future comedy legends such as Elaine May and Mike Nichols. After college, Marshall began his writing career in the early 1960s, working on television shows like The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Lucy Show. He also wrote for The Tonight Show with Jack Paar and The Joey Bishop Show. During this time, Marshall befriended comedian and writer Neil Simon, who became a significant influence and mentor. Simon's work, particularly his plays The Odd Couple and Barefoot in the Park, inspired Marshall to create relatable, character-driven stories. Marshall's career took a significant turn when he transitioned from writing to directing. His directorial debut, Young Doctors in Love, was a spoof of medical dramas, showcasing his knack for humor and visual storytelling. This film paved the way for his successful career as a director, with notable works such as Pretty Woman, Beaches, and The Princess Diaries. In summary, Garry Marshall's upbringing, early exposure to entertainment, and relationships with mentors like Neil Simon played crucial roles in shaping his successful career as a writer and director. His ability to create memorable characters and heartwarming stories continues to resonate with audiences today. Garry Marshall was a renowned writer, director, and producer known for his work on many beloved films and TV shows. His career spanned over 5 decades, and he left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. You might know Marshall from his work on Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, or Mork and Mindy. Or perhaps you're a fan of his movies like Pretty Woman, Beaches, or The Princess Diaries. What enduring qualities do you think make Marshall an everlasting symbol of the industry? Is it his ability to create memorable characters and engaging stories? Or maybe it's his talent for bringing out the best in his actors and actresses. Which work of Marshall's do you hold closest to your heart? Did you grow up watching The Odd Couple on TV? Or did you fall in love with The Princess Diaries when it came out in theaters? We would love to hear your stories and memories related to this classic star. Do you have a favorite episode of Happy Days that you still watch today? Or maybe you had the chance to meet Marshall at a film festival or event. There are many funny, shocking, and sad facts coming up about Marshall's life and career, so keep watching this video. We can't wait to hear about your cherished memories and experiences related to this iconic writer and filmmaker. Ever since the writer, Garry Marshall, was a young boy, he found joy in storytelling. He would often put on shows for his family, using puppets and toys as his characters. His love for entertainment grew stronger as he got older. In high school, he wrote and edited the school newspaper, discovering his knack for humor and satire. This experience led him to pursue a career in journalism, attending Northwestern University's prestigious Medill School of Journalism. However, it was during his time in the Army that he truly fell in love with the world of comedy and entertainment. While stationed in Hawaii, he began writing jokes and skits for military shows, which sparked his passion for comedy writing. After his military service, the writer returned to his studies and eventually found work as a writer for several TV shows, including The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Lucy Show. These experiences further fueled his desire to create his own shows and films. In the late 1970s, the writer created the hit TV show Happy Days, which became a cultural phenomenon and launched the careers of several stars, including Henry Winkler and Ron Howard. This success allowed him to pursue his dream of creating films, leading to the production of classics such as Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries. Throughout his career, the writer's passion for storytelling and comedy has remained a constant force, driving him to create memorable characters and unforgettable moments on both the small and big screens. The writer, Garry Marshall, was born in New York in 1934. He grew up in a family that valued entertainment, with his father running a newspaper delivery route for the Bronx Home News and his mother performing as a tap dancer. These early experiences exposed Marshall to the world of storytelling and performing. Marshall's family moved to the Great Neck neighborhood on Long Island when he was 5 years old. There, he attended public schools and developed a love for sports, particularly baseball. He also continued to be interested in entertainment, participating in school plays and writing for the school newspaper. After graduating from high school, Marshall attended Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, where he studied philosophy and joined the school's theater program. He began his career as a writer and performer in Chicago's comedy scene, working with improvisational groups and writing for local television shows. In the early 1960s, Marshall moved to New York City to pursue a career in writing and performing. He worked as a writer for several television shows, including The Tonight Show and The Dick Van Dyke Show. He also began writing for magazines and newspapers, contributing humor pieces to publications such as The New Yorker and Esquire. In the late 1960s, Marshall moved to Los Angeles to work in the burgeoning world of television. He created and produced several successful shows, including The Odd Couple, Happy Days, and Laverne and Shirley. He also directed and wrote for films, including Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries. Marshall's career was marked by a commitment to storytelling that was both heartfelt and humorous. He was known for his ability to create memorable characters and engaging stories that resonated with audiences. His work has left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry and continues to be celebrated by fans and colleagues alike. Despite facing significant challenges, the writer, Garry Marshall, remained steadfast in his pursuit of a career in the entertainment industry. Born in 1934 in New York City, he grew up in a family of 5 children, where money was often tight. As a result, he took on various jobs, such as delivering newspapers and working at a local grocery store to help support his family. Marshall's passion for storytelling began at a young age. He would often put on plays and skits for his family and neighbors, using whatever resources he had available. However, his dreams of becoming a writer were initially met with skepticism from the industry. Undeterred, he continued to hone his craft, taking night classes in playwriting and working as a joke writer for comedians. In the early 1960s, Marshall began writing for various television shows, including The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Lucy Show. Despite his success, he still faced financial struggles, often living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, there were times when he had to choose between paying his rent or buying food. Despite these challenges, Marshall remained resilient. He found creative solutions to overcome his obstacles, such as writing multiple scripts at once to increase his chances of getting hired. He also formed close relationships with other writers and producers, which helped him to land more writing jobs. Marshall's big break came in 1970 when he created the hit television show The Odd Couple. The show was a critical and commercial success, running for 5 seasons and earning Marshall several Emmy nominations. From there, he went on to create and produce some of the most popular television shows of the 1970s and 1980s, including Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and Mork and Mindy. In the 1990s, Marshall transitioned to film, directing hits such as Pretty Woman, The Princess Diaries, and Mother's Day. Despite facing skepticism from the industry early on, he became one of the most successful writers and directors in Hollywood, with a career spanning over 6 decades. Throughout his career, Marshall remained committed to his passion for storytelling, creating memorable characters and stories that continue to resonate with audiences today. His resilience and determination serve as an inspiration to aspiring writers and filmmakers, demonstrating that with hard work and dedication, it is possible to overcome obstacles and achieve success. During the casting process for Happy Days, the writer selected Robin Williams for the role of Mork from Ork after he sat in a chair upside down. The writer found this unique and fitting for the alien character. The Chuck Cunningham character, initially played by Rick Cara in the pilot, was recast twice due to the growing popularity of Fonzie and the decreased relevance of Chuck's role. Gavin Overlitte and Randolph Roberts both played Chuck, but were eventually let go as Fonzie took over the Big Brother role for Richie. Interestingly, both Overlitte and Roberts were invited to a 30th anniversary special and felt a sense of belonging, despite their brief and forgotten tenures on the show. In Pretty Woman, the writer, who shares a fear of heights with the character Edward Lewis, played a small role as a bum tour guide. This subtle connection between the writer and the character adds depth to the film. After graduating from Northwestern University, the writer began his career in the 1960s as a joke writer for comedians like Joey Bishop. However, it was his work as a writer and producer for the Dick Van Dyke Show that marked his first breakthrough moment. His talent for creating memorable characters and hilarious situations helped the show earn several Emmy Awards. In the 1970s, the writer created Happy Days, a sitcom set in the 1950s, which became a cultural phenomenon. The show not only launched the career of Henry Winkler, who played the Fonts, but also sparked a trend of nostalgic television shows set in the past. Laverne and Shirley, another successful series created by the writer, was a spin-off of Happy Days and further solidified his status as a hitmaker. The writer's transition to film direction in the 1980s brought another breakthrough moment with Pretty Woman. The romantic comedy, starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, became a surprise box office success and critical darling. Roberts' star-making performance earned her a Golden Globe Award and established the writer as a skilled filmmaker capable of handling both comedy and drama. Later in his career, the writer directed The Princess Diaries, another successful film that showcased his ability to balance humor and heart. The movie, based on a popular young adult novel, became a surprise hit and spawned a sequel. According to peers, critics, and collaborators, the writer's breakthrough moments were marked by his ability to create memorable characters, spark cultural trends, and balance humor and heart in his work. His contributions to television and film continue to resonate with audiences today. In his autobiography, Singing to a Bulldog, Anson Williams reveals that the writer advised him to develop entrepreneurial skills. Williams took this advice to heart, starting several successful businesses and becoming a TV director. The writer believed that having a fallback option alongside acting skills was important. In Pretty Woman, the writer took on the role of a bum tour guide. During the filming of a sex scene, Julia Roberts became nervous, and a visible vein popped out on her forehead. The writer got into bed with Roberts and Richard Gere, massaging her forehead until the vein disappeared. Roberts also broke into hives, and calamine lotion was applied until the scene could be shot. Originally, there were 3 Cunningham children in Happy Days. However, the eldest, Chuck, was phased out of the show. According to the writer, this was because they realized that Fonzie was the big brother character the show needed. In the final episode, Howard comments that he's proud of his 2 kids. The writer's ability to adapt and make changes to the show's characters and storylines was a key factor in its success. The writer, Garry Marshall, had a unique approach to his work, blending humor and heart in a way that resonated with audiences. He began his career as a joke writer for comedians before moving on to television and film. Marshall's personal experiences often influenced his work, such as his time as a soldier influencing his military-themed show, Happy Days. Marshall's writing style was characterized by his ability to create memorable characters and relatable situations. He had a knack for finding the humor in everyday life and was known for his quick wit. Marshall's writing was also heavily influenced by his love for classic Hollywood films, often paying homage to them in his work. In addition to his writing, Marshall was also a director and producer known for his ability to bring out the best in his cast and crew. He created a warm and welcoming atmosphere on set, which allowed for creativity and collaboration to flourish. Marshall's approach to directing was hands-on, working closely with actors to help them fully embody their characters. Marshall's worldview was shaped by his upbringing in the Bronx and his experiences as a soldier. He believed in the power of hard work and perseverance, and his work often reflected themes of family, love, and friendship. Marshall's writing was also influenced by his Catholic faith, often incorporating messages of forgiveness and redemption into his stories. In conclusion, Garry Marshall's unique approach to his work, blending humor and heart, and his ability to create memorable characters and relatable situations has left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. His personal experiences and worldview were reflected in his work, creating a body of work that continues to be cherished by audiences today. During his successful career, the writer's children revealed that they were permitted to visit the Happy Days set, but not the Laverne and Shirley one. They later understood that while the Happy Days cast generally got along, The Laverne and Shirley cast was often at odds, using profanities. Before Happy Days, El Molinero was a regular on the writers' show, The Odd Couple, where he played Murray the cop. On The Odd Couple, Felix and Oscar would tease Murray about his nose. But on Happy Days, they never did, possibly due to Big Al's age, being older than Fonz, and the gang at Arnold's. In an attempt to enhance the show's ratings and improve Robin Williams' performance in the third season, the writer brought in Jonathan Winters, Williams' idol. After appearing as a guest character in the third season's Mork and Mindy Mork and the Family Reunion, Winters joined the show in the fourth season as Mork, and Mindy's Orc-and-Human hybrid child, Mirth. Garry Marshall, a writer who left an indelible mark on the industry, contributed significantly to television and film. His creation, such as Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and Pretty Woman, showcased his ability to create engaging stories that resonated with audiences. Marshall had a knack for creating memorable characters and heartwarming storylines. According to industry expert Robert Thompson, Garry Marshall was a master of creating shows that were both funny and had a lot of heart. This is evident in Happy Days, a show that brought families together and became a cultural phenomenon. Moreover, Marshall's influence extended beyond his own work. He inspired countless other writers and directors in the industry. Director Ron Howard, who starred in Happy Days, said, "Garry was a mentor to me, and his impact on my career and the industry as a whole cannot be overstated." Marshall's storytelling techniques were unique and impactful. He knew how to balance humor and drama, creating stories that were both entertaining and thought-provoking. His use of relatable characters and situations made his work enduring and beloved by audiences. In addition, Marshall was a pioneer in breaking down barriers for women in the industry. He created strong, independent female characters, such as Laverne and Shirley, who inspired a generation of women. Actress Penny Marshall, who starred in Laverne and Shirley, said, "Garry gave me and so many other women opportunities that we wouldn't have had otherwise. He was a true trailblazer." In conclusion, Garry Marshall's contribution to the industry cannot be overstated. His impact on television and film, as well as his influence on trends, techniques, and storytelling, will continue to be felt for generations to come. After beginning his career as a comedy writer, the filmmaker went on to cast his own mother, Marjorie Marshall, in a sitcom episode titled Beauty Contest in 1976. She played the role of Mistress Weiss, the piano player. Later, in 1990, the filmmaker directed a career-defining performance from Julia Roberts in the romantic comedy Pretty Woman, which earned her an Oscar nomination. This mother-son duo and the iconic performance showcased the filmmaker's ability to bring out the best in his actors and weave personal connections into his work. Outside of his successful career, the writer led a rich personal life deeply rooted in family and community. Born in 1934 in New York City, he was the son of a dance instructor and a tap dance director. This upbringing exposed him to the world of entertainment at a young age, instilling in him a deep appreciation for the arts. The writer was a devoted family man, married to his wife Barbara for 56 years until his passing in 2016. Together, they had 3 children, all of whom followed in their father's footsteps and pursued careers in the entertainment industry. The writer's strong family values often found their way into his work, with many of his films and shows exploring themes of love, loyalty, and family bonds. In addition to his love for family, the writer was also passionate about giving back to his community. He was involved in numerous philanthropic efforts throughout his life, supporting causes such as education, healthcare, and the arts. One notable example is his work with the American Cancer Society, for which he served as a spokesperson and helped raise millions of dollars for cancer research. The writer's personal values and interests often informed his work, with many of his films and shows reflecting his own beliefs and experiences. For example, his hit TV show Happy Days was inspired by his own upbringing in the 1950s, and his film Pretty Woman explores themes of love, redemption, and social class, all of which were important to him. Despite his many professional accomplishments, the writer remained humble and dedicated to his craft until the very end. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and mentorship of up-and-coming writers and directors in the industry. His legacy continues to live on through his work and the many lives he touched along the way. The Faun, played by Henry Winkler, became incredibly popular during the show Happy Days. After the first few seasons, the network considered renaming the show Fonzie's Happy Days or simply Fonzie. However, the show's producer and lead actor, Ron Howard, threatened to resign, which ultimately halted this idea. Interestingly, Patsy Weber, played by Anson Williams, does not appear in any of the show's spin-offs. In addition to producing, the writer also made acting appearances in some of his productions. For instance, in the movie Overboard, he played the role of a drummer. Jeffrey Weissman, who played Joe in the film, was quite rowdy on set, leading the writer to frequently shout, "Jeffrey, stop it!" The writer also appeared as a first baseman in the softball scene of Runaway Bride. Early in the movie, when Julia Roberts' character runs out to her front yard to get the paper, she deliberately flashes her legs. The writer has been quoted as giving the advice, when in doubt during the movie, cut to an animal, or Julia's legs. This advice was indeed followed, contributing to the film's success. Garry Marshall, a writer renowned for his work in television and film, has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. His shows, such as Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley, brought laughter to millions of households. The film Pretty Woman became a cultural phenomenon, showcasing his ability to create captivating stories that resonate with audiences. As an aspiring professional in this field, it's crucial to learn from Marshall's legacy. He once said, "I think the best thing you can do is be true to yourself and let your work speak for you." This advice underscores the importance of authenticity and hard work in the industry. Marshall also believed in the power of collaboration, often working with the same team throughout his career. He once shared, "You have to create your own family in this business." This sentiment highlights the value of building strong relationships within the industry. In terms of future contributions, one could envision continuing Marshall's legacy by creating engaging content that appeals to a wide range of audiences. This might involve developing innovative concepts for television shows or films that tackle relevant social issues while maintaining a lighthearted tone. When it comes to offering advice for those looking to break into the industry, Marshall's words serve as a guiding light. He once said, "Never give up, because you never know what's going to happen." This sentiment emphasizes the importance of perseverance and determination in the face of adversity. Moreover, Marshall believed in the power of storytelling as a means of connecting with others. He once stated, "I want to make people laugh, and I want to make people cry, and I want to make people care." This advice serves as a reminder that compelling storytelling has the ability to evoke emotion and create a lasting impact on audiences. In conclusion, Garry Marshall's legacy serves as a testament to the power of authenticity, collaboration, and storytelling in the entertainment industry. By following his advice and continuing to create engaging content, aspiring professionals can make their own mark on the industry and inspire future generations of writers and filmmakers. Initially, the writer took on the role of a drummer in the show The Odd Couple. Later, he contributed as a consultant to the 2015 remake, which featured Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon. In a special appearance, he played Oscar's father, Walter Madison, a nod to Walter Matthau, the original Oscar. When creating the character Fonzie, the writer had a muscular actor in mind, but Henry Winkler won him over with his perfect portrayal during the audition, despite not fitting the initial physical vision. In an interesting twist, Winkler revealed that he drew inspiration from Sylvester Stallone for his audition. The casting of Robin Williams as Mork in Happy Days came about through a recommendation by Al Molinaro, who knew Williams from an acting class after the original choice for the role didn't work out. The writer saw potential in Williams and brought him on board, leading to a memorable performance that would become a standout moment in the show. Throughout his career, the writer brought laughter and heartfelt moments to audiences worldwide. With a keen eye for storytelling, he crafted narratives that spoke to the human experience, making each film and show a mirror to our own lives. His dedication to his craft saw him explore various genres, always with a touch of humor and humanity that became his signature. The writer's journey reminds us that through creativity and steadfast effort, one can leave a lasting impression that continues to inspire and entertain. It's a testament to the power of storytelling and its ability to connect us all. As we remember the writer, let's take a moment to appreciate his impressive body of work. From creating beloved TV shows like Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley to writing and directing iconic films such as Pretty Woman and The Princess Diaries, his contributions to entertainment are immeasurable. His shows and films have brought joy to millions around the world, and his unique storytelling style will continue to captivate audiences for generations to come. The writer had a remarkable ability to create characters and stories that resonate with people of all ages and backgrounds. His work transcended time periods and genres, leaving a mark on the entertainment landscape that is still felt today. It's no wonder that so many in the industry and beyond have been influenced by his prowess. So, let's hear your thoughts on the writer's work and legacy in the comments below. What are some of your favorite shows and films that he created? How has his work impacted you personally? Be sure to like and share this post with your friends and family, and subscribe for more content celebrating the creative spirits shaping entertainment. Let's keep the writer's legacy alive by continuing to appreciate and cherish his incredible contributions to the world of entertainment.